Hello beautiful people, it's Sinderfam. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be checking this video together. Let's check it out.
I've got to wrap it up. I don't want to, but I have to. I want to ask you just quickly, the film director Olivia Wilde has a new movie out, which she says is based on you, this insane man, this pseudo-intellectual hero to the incel community. Incel being these weirdo loner men who are despicable in many ways. Is that you? Are you the intellectual hero to these people?
Sure. Why not? People have been after me for a long time because I've been speaking to disaffected young men. What a terrible thing to do that is. I thought the marginalized were supposed to have a voice.
It's making you emotional. Talk about it.
Well, God,
Wow.
It's very difficult to understand how demoralized people are. And certainly many young men are in that category. And you get these casual insults, these incels. What does it mean? It's like, well, these men, they don't know how to make themselves attractive to women who are very picky, and good for them. Women, be picky. That's your gift, man. Demand high standards from your men. Fair enough. But all these men who are alienated, it's like they're lonesome and they don't know what to do, and everyone piles abuse on them.
When she said,
And the society itself have things that caters for women more, or caters for women, but they don't have a way, or they don't create platforms to cater for men. And when we get other people who try to use their platform to cater for men and also help men and all of that, you hear people come for them and be like, okay, why are you talking about this? What is so special about men? We need men in the society. We need strong men in the society. We don't need weak men. And it's also a good thing that men are having people using their platform to also help men be responsible and all of that. Because men's voices also needs to be heard. The society wants to completely silence men. Why is that? Why? And why don't they want strong men? That should be the question, rather.
When she said that, Olivia Wilde, it stung you, didn't it? I saw the reaction.
By that time, that as far as critiques go, that was kind of low level. I mean, once I got painted as Red Skull, magical super Nazi, that was kind of the end of the insults. There's no place past that. So when Olivia Wilde made those comments, the first thing I did was go look at the preview for her movie, which I quite liked. I thought I would go see that movie probably, and perhaps I will. It didn't really bother me. My family and I talked about it right away, and we were able to respond to it with some degree of humor, which then people completely misunderstood. I said I hope that, that if I had to be played by someone, I think it's Chris Wilde, he's a very good-looking man, and so that seems all right, And then I said something like, I hope he gets my fashion style choice right when he plays me, and it was a joke. All that was a joke.
I mean, you've been so controlled today, and yet in that brief moment, you got very emotional. Why?
It's really something to see constantly how many people are dying for lack of an encouraging word.
Wow. I think he's also dealing with a lot. Or what do you think? So, I mean, the fact that he is dealing with a lot, going through stuff, and all of that is just making him get emotional and all of that. Because lots of people be like, oh, men are not supposed to show emotions and it makes them weak. But I don't know any human that don't have emotions. What do you think? I think he may be dealing with a lot, and this is just like everything just coming like an attachment to it, to be okay, now let out the emotion, don't suppress the emotion, because I mean lots of men are told or taught to suppress emotion.
And how easy it is to provide that if you're careful. You know, give credit where credit is due. And to say, you're a net force for good if you want to be.
Do you believe you're a net force for good?
Net, yes. In all the details, probably not. You know, no one's perfect. So people make their mistakes as they stumble uphill.
Jordan, it's been a fascinating interview. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You've got this new box set out.
Yeah, pretty happy about that.
Jordan Peterson, 24 Rules for Life and Beyond Order. Fascinating books. They've sold how many millions now?
Well, 12 Rules sold 7, and I think Beyond Order is approaching 1 million now. So yeah, they're doing just fine.
Did you ever think you'd sell that number of books?
I never thought any of this would happen, you know, I mean, so yeah, I knew when I was teaching at Harvard and at the University of Toronto that some of the things I was teaching were revolutionary. I was surprised that I got away with it, let's say, as long as I did. And so there's a way in which it doesn't surprise me. And I wouldn't say that's because of the brilliance of my ideas. It's because I'm good at communicating ideas, but the ideas that I've been developing, they're ancient ideas. They're the oldest ideas we have in some real sense. So they have a power.
Right, absolutely. You'll launch the Peterson Academy. Tell me about that quickly.
Yeah, well, I've been collecting, along with my daughter, great professors and educators from all around the world, and we're having them come to Miami to film 4 two-hour lectures on a variety of topics. President of Hillsdale College, Larry Arnn, just taped one for us on Churchill, which I thought was quite funny because, you know, he's persona non grata. And so Arnn and Churchill, so that's quite funny. And we're hoping that we can determine how to provide people a very efficient and very low-cost alternative to a bachelor's degree. And we're working hard to make that accredited. I'd like to drive the cost of a bachelor's degree from its current $160,000 level to $4,000. And I think $1,000 level to $4,000. And I think we can do it. So that's the plan. We're going to launch in either early 2023, depending on how quickly we can get things aggregated. And I'm working with my son on an app called essay.app. We took a document I wrote for my students that helped them learn how to write and edit. And editing is very important if you write, and people are never taught to edit. And it builds editing tools into the software. And we have 4,500 subscribers and 50,000 users. We launched about 2 months ago. I'd like to teach 1 million people to write. So.
And just finally, you're healthy, you look healthy.
Pretty good.
And
much better.
Your wife's doing a lot better than she was?
She's back better than she was before even. And my daughter's not ill either. So fancy that.
I mean, that's an amazing turnaround from where you were.
That's for sure, man. It was pretty brutal.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Yeah.
You know, my wife almost died every day for 7 months. So.
I'm very glad for you.
Thank you, sir.
I really am. And it's been a really fascinating interview.
You see that switch right there when Piers Morgan noticed and saw how emotional it was, or the topic about men, or the topic itself was making Jordan Peterson. So the switch, he had to switch it to something else, or to some other topic that would lighten up the mood and all of that. But obviously, Jordan Peterson is doing a great job helping men, be responsible, and them having a man figure or man figure like that is talking to men, using their platform to help men cater for people, and finally them seeing that there is need that people groom them or groom men to be responsible. Yeah, lots of the time, a lot of these men may have their father figure or their father or uncles or family or whatever that will groom them. But I mean, society itself don't create the platform or don't cater for men the way they do for women. So finally, people who are men or who have their voices, using their voices or using their platform to cater for men, or for the men who are lost, or the others who don't even know what they're doing, or who are still finding their foot around and all of that, I think is an unhealthy thing to do. And why are feminists strongly against this? Why don't feminists want strong men? Why don't they want strong and able men? Why are they trying to build, or why are they trying to destroy men? Why are they trying so hard to for the society to have weak men? Because obviously anyone could be emotional. And this is the thing. Most of the time feminists will say when a man shows emotions, he is weak. Why is that? Why? Men are allowed to also show their emotions, add your emotions. And I mean, this is even not even just in private, but publicly. And I think this is also a perfect example, or good example, to show other men to say, okay, yeah, um, we have emotions too. You don't have to always suppress your emotions. Feel it, let it out, and all of that, and come back strong and thriving. Be in that moment. It is beautiful to see. And what do you think? Let me know what you think. Regardless, I would really love your honest thoughts on this. You can share the useful information you think might be really helpful. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and all of that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.